There are a lot of characters in this series. If I had to guess how many characters there are, I would say probably close to 90, and that's including like the primary and secondary characters. If that was including background characters, there would be over 100. It adds up quick.
To be Thai is to be Buddhist. 88% of Thai villages have no Christian presence.
Thai people are on Facebook 3 times more than any other nation in the world. So what better platform to get the good news out across Thailand than through this animation series?
This project is the first time that we're actually working with a character designer.
Hi, my name is Amber Kennison, and I am the character designer on the Buddhist project for TWR. Character designers are tasked with essentially designing characters that feel like they fit into the world of the project. When the team brought me on, the style had already pretty much been established for the backgrounds and the overall look of the project. I was tasked with creating characters that fit into that world.
We ended up going with flat characters just because really the overall style of this series is pretty flat.
We've been discovering ways to balance simplicity with complexity. We're using a lot of simpler shapes for large shapes, but then having detail within that. And experimenting with patterns and texture to break up the large shapes. And what does that balance look like?
Right now we're working on Joseph in the Old Testament. And that one is interesting because Joseph as a slave versus a prisoner versus a ruler, he's going to look different. His clothing, his haircut, even the age progression. We have to think about all those things and how characters might change in different environments.
For problem solving, we need to create a character who works with the look of the production, but also works with the more practical and technical aspects of the production. So once we figure out a design that everybody likes, that's not the end. We have to figure out, okay, how does this character move? What does this character look like from different angles? What does the face look like from all sides? How do we make this work for animation?
There's a lot of different ways that you can approach movement within a character. With Journey to Hope, what we've landed on is more of a pose-to-pose sort of movement.
Character design should also show who the character is just by the way the character looks. The team had me start with Jesus and a Pharisee character because these characters kind of represented a range within the style because we wanted them to look very different. Jesus, we wanted him to look much more welcoming. With the Pharisees, it's a lot of hard lines, hard angles, much less inviting, and maybe even a little prickly. Even though those sound opposite, they still both need to feel like they live in that world.
Amber has done a great job of thinking about how characters would look and why they would look that way and why they would be wearing certain things, considering the cultural context. And as someone who knows the Bible, she's able to think about the context of the story as well and how the characters will fit within that.
I always enjoy exploring a new style, and this is definitely different than any other project I've worked on before. Especially early on, when it was kind of wide open as far as what the style was going to look like. We were looking at a lot of different inspiration. We were looking at medieval art, we were looking at traditional Thai art, like wall paintings, and letting all of those different things inspire some different style options and figuring out what fit the best for the project and what everyone was responding to as well. It's always fun to explore a different style and just learn from that process. So,
Cool.